Hello students, so welcome to my video again. So on today's video we are just completing the quadratic equations word problems exercise 8.4 page number 186. Now at 186 187. Okay, so this one is the remnants of the exercise 8.4. This might be the last exercise for this chapter quadratic equations regarding that. Okay, so let's move into the questions. Now you see there a new year party bill for a number of people is rupees 4,800. If there were two people more, the bill of each person had to pay would have reduced by rupees 80. So find the number of people attending the party. Okay, so the first conditions, we don't know how many number of people are there in the party. So with that regard, I know we also don't know how many within those people, from each of them, how many of them have to pay cost for each of them. So you have to use two variables, just like in the previous problems also. First, let's we consider, let there were x number of people, in the party, and each people has to pay rupees y. So x number of people in the party and each people has to pay rupees x. So we have considered two variables, x number of people, and so the cost per person is rupees y. So what happened is the total cost is 4,800. So first condition is then x multiply y. So x number of people multiply per each person, they have to pay y rupees. So if you multiply this, you will get the total cost, that is 4,000 and rupees 4,800. Okay, so let's see. From here you can also write x, let's make y alone, then 4,800 divided by x. So this both we can write I. Okay, now if there were two people more, so second condition, so if there were two people more, that means in this x number of people, okay, there were x number of people, if there were two more people, you have to add two more people, the cost of each person would have reduced by rupees 80, which means the cost of each person, so the cost per each person is y rupees, this would have been reduced by rupees 80. Now you have to reduce minus 80, you have to subtract 80 on y, is equals to, now the whole setting, the total cost will be the same. Okay, so you now just simplify this, xy minus 80x plus 2y minus 2 is 16, 160 is equals to rupees 4,800. Now you can replace the value of xy by 4,800. 4,800 minus 80x plus, now replace the value of yy, 4,800 divided by x minus 160 is equals to 4,800. Now you just remove this, this is minus. Okay, now from here minus 80x plus 2 8 16 2 4 8 96 00 divided by x minus 160 is equals to 0. From here you can take a minus 80 common. Okay, minus 80. If I take minus 80 common, then it will be x. This becomes plus, becomes minus, minus, and 9600 becomes, okay, how much is that? Let's see. Yes, that is 120. So this is 120 divided by x minus 82. Yes, this is the. So while taking minus sign, this positive becomes negative and this negative becomes positive. I forget that. Okay. Now you just, this minus 80 goes and assimilate with the 0. Now the remaining will be minus x 120 by x plus 2 is equals to 0, or x square minus 120 plus twice x equals to 0. Now this x will multiply with 0. Minus plus 2x minus 120 is equals to 0. Now you just factorize this. X squared plus minus 120. What will be in between? Let's see. Okay. 10 times 12. 12 times 10s. And 12 minus 10. X squared plus 12x minus 10x minus 120 equals to 0. Now you just take x plus 12 and minus 10. This becomes x plus 12 equals to 0, or x plus 12, another will be x minus 10 equals to. Now you can do either a. Okay. So I'll rub the other side, this quotient. You'll be needing this no more. Okay, from here to here. Okay, so either x plus 12 equals to 0 or x equals to minus 12. We should reject this. Okay, or x minus 10 equals to 0 or x equals to 10. You accept this. Okay, the reason why you reject that is it's a number of people, and number of people never represent in minus sign. Okay, so x is the number of people. So x we got 10. Then what will be the value of y? You can substitute the value of y in this also, or in s. Then y is equals to 4800 divided by x, which is 4800 divided by 10. This is rupees. So x represents y represents cost per each person. So this will 480 actually. So find the number of people attending the party. So there were 10 people. Yes, x represents the number of people attending the party. So find the number of people attending the party. Therefore there were 10 people attending the party. Now come to the number I question. You can see there, if there were 2 people less, so the condition is given. If there were 2 people less, then there were actually 10 people, and if there were 2 people less, that means 10 minus 2. If there were 8 people, by what percent would the bill of each person be increased? So let's number of people. What happened is in that situation is that the cost get increased by some amount in each person. So in that case, by what percent would the bill of each person be increased? So we have to express that increased amount in percent. So So this I number question is finished, and now double I. I'll rub this. Okay, this, I think we have finished this. Okay, if you haven't finished, you can take a screenshot. Okay, for this double I, if there were two people less, number of people is actually 10. If two people were less, that means if two people were less, that means in 10 minus 2, it becomes 8. So in this case, condition is given, two people less, then let the bill of each person be increased by I%. So this we have this kind of problems we have already done. So now cost per person is 480. Person is rupees 480, but you have to increase each person by I%. Yes, I%. Okay, so let the bill of each person be increased by I%. Cost per person is rupees 480. Okay, now by condition 8 times this 480 plus I% of 480, that is equals to rupees of the initial one. That is what was the initial cost we have? The initial cost was 4800. 4800. Okay, now this 8 goes to the denominator of other side. 480 plus I. Remove this percent. You have to put 100 in the denominator. 480 is equals to 4800. This 8 into the denominator. Okay, now I by 100. This cut I by 10 into 48 is equals to, how much is that? 6 8 is 48. 600, and this 480 goes to the other side. This becomes minus 480. Okay. So now on further simplifications, you will get I is equals to I by 10 into 48 is equals to, now 600 minus 480, how much is that? 0 0 0 2 2 1 120. I is equals to 120. 48 goes to the denominator and 10 to the numerator. I is equals to, you just cancel this. Okay, 4 3 is 12 30. Yes, this is the answer. So the cost of each person has to be increased by 30%. Okay, actually I got it wrong here. Actually here should be 48. This 48. Okay, then further simplification, the value of I you get is 25. So therefore the bill of each person has to be increased by 25%, and this is the answer. So for your this sentence making, you can use your own creativity. Okay, so after finishing this, now let's move on to the another questions, that is 16C. This will be the last question, okay, for this exercise also. So after a long, we're able to finish this exercise. Okay, so many videos were created to attempt all these questions. Okay, so at last, now 16C. So now let's move on to number 16C. The only one. I forget that word. Just the word doesn't pop out in my mouth at the moment. So this is the only one last questions for this chapter. Okay, now we're going to finish it, and I'm very happy that I am going to finish this chapter with this question along. Okay, so let's move. Okay, number C. A bus travels 360 kilometers at a uniform speed, very uniform speed. Okay, so if the usual speed has been 5 kilometers per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. So we don't know the speed, and we don't know the time taken. Okay, so we have to consider time and speed by different variables. Let the bus travels at uniform speed. Let the bus travel at x kilometer per hour, and the time taken by it be y hours. Okay, so we have considered two variables. So we have speed x kilometer per hour, and time y hours. So we know, and distance we have 360 kilometer. So we know formula, speed equals to distance, DISTAN, distance by time taken. So this is of science part. Okay, so we have speed x, and distance we have 360, distance in kilometer, and time taken is y hours. So this becomes xy is equals to 360, which means time into speed, that gives you distance. Or you can directly write time into distance, that is time into speed, that is distance. It will gives the distance. So this is speed, and this is time. When you multiply speed and time, that will give you the distance. So you can consider this I, double I, whatever, or y equals to 360 by x. So this whole becomes double I. You will be needing both. Okay. Now second condition is, so according to second condition, if the usual speed has been 5 kilometer hour more, so this x is the usual speed. If this speed has been 5 kilometer hour more, 5 kilometer per hour more, which means you have to add 5 in this speed. If the speed is increased by 5 kilometer per hour, it would have taken 1 hour less. It means, so y is the time taken to cover this 360 kilometer. Okay, so if the speed is increased by 5, then the time taken would have been 1 hour less, which means you have to subtract 1 hour in this time, y hour. Okay, and the distance is same, 360. Or you can further simplify, xy minus x, this becomes plus 5y minus 5. Yes, yes, is equals to 360. Okay, now xy can be substituted by 360 minus x plus 5. Y we have 360 by x. 360 by x minus 5 is equals to 360. Now we can cancel this 360 and 360 here, and the remaining is minus x plus how much is this? 5 0 0, 5 6 30, 5 3 15, 1800 divided by x minus 5 is equals to 0. Now here you take LCM x, this becomes minus x squared plus 1800 minus 5x is equals to 0. This x will go with the 0. Now you can take here minus common here, and the equation becomes positive x squared. This negative becomes positive 5x, and this positive becomes minus negative 1800 equals to 0. And this minus sign will go with the 0, and the remaining becomes x squared plus 5x minus 1800. Now you know what to do, just factorize that. Okay, so there is a less space there, so I'll be rubbing this part, the question part. Okay, so let's move now, let's do that. Okay, 45 times 40, that is 1800, or x squared minus plus 45 minus 40 minus 1800. 45 times 40, 1800. 45 minus 40, that will give 5x. Okay, now you disintegrate this. 45x minus 40x, 1800 equals to 0, or x plus 45 minus, you can take here minus 40, x plus 45 equals to 0, or x plus 45, x minus 40 equals to 0. Either x plus 45 equals to 0, or x equals to minus 45. Okay, or x minus 40 equals to 0. Now the value for x. Okay, speed. Now speed is kind of a scalar quantity, so in this case when the speed is negative, you just reject. Okay, scalar quantity does not have negative sign. Okay, it does not have, you have already read in science, scalar is a scalar quantity, and scalar quantity does not have direction. So the negative sign, if the value comes in a negative sign in case of speed, so x denotes the speed. If the value, the scalar value comes in a negative sign, you just reject this. Okay, reject. So we will accept only this, x equals to 40. This is what you get. Yes. So the speed we got is 40 km. What is the usual speed of the bus? That is 40 km per hour. So the usual, I'm just going to modify this. Therefore the usual speed of the bus is, 40 km per hour. This is the answer for I number. This I number question. So if the speed of the bus is 4 km per hour less than usual speed, how long would it take for the journey? So now for the second case, double I question. If the speed of the bus is 4 km hour less, so the actual the speed was 40 km per hour, but if this 40 kilometer hour is you know decreased by 4 kilometer per hour, which means 36 kilometer hour it will become. Okay, so how long would it take for the journey? Obviously it will take more time, okay, if the speed is so let's move into the number double I. So I'm going to rub this part on the right hand side. Okay, now so I'll be ending some of this part. Okay, now so we got the value of x equals to 40, that is 40 kilometer per hour, which denotes the speed. This is the speed. Okay, now y denotes the time. How do we get time? 360. Just replace the value of x here. 360 by x, 360 by 40, which is this, you'll get 9 hours. Okay, so the speed of the car is for 40 kilometer per hour, and the time taken to cover that 360 kilometer is 9 hours. But according to double I, if the speed of the bus is 4 kilometer per hour less, so second condition, so this how long would it take for the journey? How long it would take for the journey? Let for second condition, let it would take let's say t more time, t more hours. Okay, t more hours. So every time is represents in hours. That's why let it would take t more hours. So we have actual x, we have actually speed 4 kilometer. So 4 kilometer 40 kilometer. So 4 kilometer is if the speed of the bus is 4 kilometer per hour less, so you have to minus 4 here, and another, the actual time taken is 9. So if the speed is if the speed is less, then the time has to be extend. So let it would take t more hours, means 9 plus t. Or if you don't want to suppose this t, or you can directly write here y prime. Let time taken by time taken to travel 360 kilometer in order to 360 kilometer with the speed decreased by 4 kilometer per hour less. You can consider in that way also, but you will understand this. Okay, let it would be take t more hours. T more hours means 9 plus t. You have to add 9 plus t. So the distance will be the same here, 360 kilometer. Now 40 minus 4, this becomes 36, and 9 plus t is equals to 360, or 9 plus t is equals to 360 by 36, or 9 plus t is equals to, this becomes 10, and t equals to 10 minus 9, which is 1 hour. So in the so it takes 1 hour more. It takes 1 hour more to travel that distance when the speed is decreased by 4 kilometer per hour. This is the answer. Or you can do in other way also. So 336 times you can write let the new time be t dash and 360, and this will get you 360 divided by 36. This will get you 10, and it takes you can tell that it takes 10 hours. So in the previous 9 hours, now in the second according to second condition, it takes 10 hours or 1 hour more. It's the same. Okay, whatever you whatever you interpret your answers, it is the same. Okay. in which other way. Now it takes 1 hour more to travel that distance. So this is the answer. So I hope you like it. If you like it, hit like button, and please subscribe, and you just if you find my content more convenient and easy to understand, you can just forward this what we call that, this YouTube content to your friends and your friends circles. um, they might feel this more beneficial for them also. Okay, so this much for today, and we'll be starting another chapter, uh, rational expression. Okay, so this was for today. I hope you like it, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow my YouTube channel. I want to promote. Okay, so it will be more easy for you to understand this. Okay, now, so until then, goodbye. Please take care.